Hello YouTube and welcome to my first video of my new series People of the Elder Scrolls. Today I will be covering Caius Cosades, Imperial Bladesmaster of Vvardenfell. But before we can start I need to explain this a little bit. I got a lot of requests to do videos on specific people in the Elder Scrolls universe, like Caius Cosades. The problem being that videos on one person would be really short, so instead of making a whole lore video about these people, I will just make a small video about them specifically in a separate series, People of the Elder Scrolls. This will not replace the normal lore videos of course, of which one is in the making right now, so stay tuned for that. That said, let's kick off. As I said in the intro, Caius Cosades is the Imperial Bladesmaster of the Vvardenfell district in Morrowind during the late 3rd era. He is the early game mentor and commander of the Nerevarines in Morrowind, so the player character. The Nerevarine is ordered to report to him in Balmora when he first set foot in Morrowind. The first time you see him you will not be very impressed, as on your way to him the player hears all kind of stories about skooma addiction and other problems in his life. Then when the player enters his house your suspicions will be confirmed as you step into a skooma laden house in which a middle-aged Imperial stands wearing only ragged pants. Whether skooma is a real problem for him never really becomes clear, but the player will soon discover that he is more than he seems. He is the Grand Master of the Blade in the Vvardenfell district. Caius Cosades is ordered by the Emperor to take the player in as one of the Blades, because the Emperor suspects the player might be the Nerevarine. This results in Caius Cosades sending the player on all sorts of errands to get information about the Nerevarine cult and the 6th house. At first Caius is skeptical about his orders. He thinks the player cannot be the Nerevarine. However, just before you reach the middle of the game, he is being recalled to the Imperial City due to internal politics or something about his sugar, he says himself. He then tells the Nerevarine that he has the utmost confidence that he really is the Nerevarine. And then he leaves. When he leaves, he mentions to the Nerevarine about how unstable the Empire is, with the Emperor's health declining and his death inevitable. By saying that, he kind of forecasts slightly on what will happen in Oblivion. He also implied thinking this will end the Empire as we know it, as saying the days of the Empire are almost over and that hell is going to break loose once the Emperor dies. Thereby he also forecasts the seceding provinces after the Oblivion Crisis and the Oblivion Crisis itself by saying hell is going to get loose. Either if this is intended by Bethesda or not, I don't know, but I think it's interesting. He then gives the player his last orders and tells him not to worry about the politics in Cyrodiil, but rather on the local level, about Dagoth and the 6th house. And then he is removed from the game. Nonetheless, I think it is interesting to see how Caius views the Empire. In two out-of-game sources, Caius Cosades' Letter and Caius Cosades' Visit to the Emperor Uriel's tomb, he thought that his character is a little expanded upon. In the letter it is revealed that after his recall he has been sent to Kraganmore. There he survived the Oblivion Crisis, mentioning that they experienced little of the gate disruptions that they had in Cyrodiil. However, what he does mention is that he is mourning for all the good friends he lost in Kvatch due to the calamity that happened there during the Oblivion Crisis, thereby implying that he has also good contacts in Cyrodiil and that his life is not only in Morrowind. In the letter he also mentions being a devoted follower of the 9 Divines and his hopes of returning to Cyrodiil in the future. In the second out-of-game source it is revealed that at some point after the Oblivion Crisis, Caius visited the tomb of Emperor Uriel. There it is revealed that he held great respect for the Emperor himself, but that he had no respect for his sons, as he called them, none of them worth a fig. Martin, however, he had no knowledge of, and it is thereby implied that really only Joffrey knew of him and none of the other Blades. I recommend reading both of those sources as they are very interesting and I was not planning to read them out, so if you really want to know more about this character, I really recommend reading those out-of-game sources. I will put them in the comments so everyone can read them. Well guys, that's it. Tell me what you think. Should I do more of these people videos or do you think I should only do the regular lore videos? Leave your thoughts in the comments below and keep your video suggestions coming. That said, I hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, leave a like, consider subscribing, and I will see you guys next time.